Attention military veterans and military personnel. This is Tracy from Lakewood College, and I am excited to announce the new partnership between ETA Associates and Jamal King's Make Real Estate Real. Give me a call so I can see if you qualify to receive the Make Real Estate Real with no out-of-pocket expense to you. I can be reached at 1-800-517-0857. My extension is 700. You may also visit us at www.money4vets.com. Again, that is money4vets.com. You may also schedule an appointment with me through my text-only number at area code 216-678-9933. I look forward to speaking with you all.
I guess my concern would be for those of y'all who you're like Ian, you want to start stuff, but you can't get any results without yourself. I think there's the dangerous part. And then you look at me and go, help, help, help. Well, if I help you now, it's mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not coming in. Of course, listen, of course it'll work if I jump in. That's what I do. I'm not trying to be funny. Yes, it's going to work if I come in. But why? But where's the mutualism in that?
This week, our show is brought to you by our partner in crime, Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, Green Juice, can supercharge your life, restore that glow, and help you feel decades younger in just 30 seconds per day without having to worry about shopping for ingredients, mixing and blending them, and then cleaning up afterwards. All ingredients are USDA organic, vegan-friendly, and made without GMO ingredients, gluten, or soy. Where else can you get superfoods like chlorella, moringa, spirulina, wheatgrass, ashwagandha, and turmeric, just to name a few? So make sure you guys check it out at www.organifi.com/success. That's ORGANIFI.com/success.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What's going on, y'all? What it do?
I got him in the building. I got Dr. King over in Chicago.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's
014. And we got Douglas in sunny California. California, yeah, it's early there. But good thing Douglas wakes up early. Fellas, how y'all feeling?
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
The youngest member of the crew is in the building.
Hey.
Let's get him in and get him out.
You don't rush him now. Don't rush the talent.
Right.
I was making sure he hit record doing this job, but he did. All right. Without further ado, the most handsome member of the podcast, Carlos Quinney III, speaking to the mic.
Hey guys, welcome to Trey's Comedy Corner.
Man, thank you. Thanks for having us, man.
How many books can you fit in an empty backpack?
How many books can you fit in an empty backpack? How many can you fit?
1. After that, it's not empty anymore.
No doubt. I would have failed that one, Trey. That was too much like class. I promise I would have flunked that one.
I'm sitting over here thinking like, okay.
I was counting like 2, 3, 4.
I was trying to figure out how big the book bag was because I fly a lot. You know, Delta only lets you take in so many. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, man, how big is the book bag? Because then I can get, good stuff.
All right, man. How y'all feeling, man? It's Tuesday.
Let's go.
We got the election. Hopefully everybody voted.
Yes,
I know
sir.
I voted through the mail. Well, actually, no, I got my thing through the mail and then we dropped it off in the box. Hopefully all y'all voted and got to the polls. It's Tuesday morning, so we still don't know what the outcome was, but we shall see. And
we shall see. We shall see, my friend.
By the time y'all hear the next one, we'll know the results. But right now,
I don't know that. I don't know that to be a fact.
Right. They talking like it's gonna take some days or something, right?
Hey,
All the mail in.
Well, this is
They're
America.
talking like it could be December, Maul.
Oh, right.
Maul said, you got your musket ready, Maul?
Oh, bro. Like I said, I woke up this morning. My phone was like vibrating. I'm like, what's going on? And we on like some community alert thing. And they talking about we just got intel saying that there could be a possible civil war if, depending on how the election go. And I'm like, civil war?
Wow.
So, of course, I did what any retired police officer would do. I went and got my musket.
Absolutely.
Silly rabbits. Hey,
Maul,
we're not claiming that foolishness.
I wanted to do a little takeout for the election, and now we got a civil war. You know what I'm saying? All I wanted was a takeout. I wanted to order in.
Hey, let's not y'all playing, but let's not put any of that bad energy out there.
Please.
We're praying that our country. Yeah, man, we need some rest, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the country just.
I'm talking about
everybody just need a break,
bruh. Not
right.
just some rest. We need a retreat.
Right.
We need to take off as a country.
Everybody I talked to on Sunday with the time change, bro, I heard it in all y'all voices. Like you could hear a difference in an hour of rest. Like literally.
No question.
I'm like, whoa, everybody's song alive. It's just an hour of rest.
Oh,
man.
the time change is crazy. I promise
I'm still on that rest.
Bro, that joint that had you, I promise you, it take like at least a week or two for me to adjust to it. I promise you.
Oh, the sun set here at like 5:30 yesterday. See, it was like 7 o'clock last week. Now 5:30 is dark. I'm like, whoa, what just happened?
Half a
It's
day.
weird.
Yeah,
It's
my
weird,
kids,
bro.
hey, it's easy to trick my kids into going to bed early though.
Oh, no questions
Facts.
asked.
Oh, that's the
Facts.
best
Oh,
part.
no questions asked.
That's
No
the
question.
best part. Sweet Pea be like, Let me tell you something, dog. My daughter is so crazy. So we got her mom bought her this book. And y'all know if you've been listening to the podcast, you know Avery, my one. As you hear Trey, he all of what you think he is, right? Just sweet, easy kid. He'd be like, Trey, time for bed. Okay. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I was reading Avery this book last night, right? And in the book, it's like you read it and then you got to make the decision on what you're going to do. And then based on the decision you pick, it goes to that page, right? So I'm reading it to her and we got to this one and it was like the kid and his brother was eating spaghetti, but the his little brother was eating on his ninja plate and he wanted the ninja plate. And it was like, hey, this your ninja plate, but you came in the kitchen, your little brother already eating on the ninja plate. Now you got to eat on the soccer plate. And it was like, what do you do? It gave the options. And the option was like, yell and tell him you need your plate back. Or B, it was like, you go to page 22 and just say, it's okay. He had the plate. It's not a big
she
deal.
made up her own option.
Listen, when I tell you, I read it to her and she was going through it, dog. She was like, whoo, this is a toughie. I said, so baby, what you gonna do? You gonna yell and, take the plate or you just gonna let him have it? She was like, Daddy, I think I'm just gonna yell softly. I said, unbelievable. I said, well, I said, all right, well, that's it's funny though, man. You could see her little head was turning like, hey, the ninja plate is a must.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
the joys of parenthood. Oh no, Sweet Pea ain't the one. The joys of parenthood. What y'all catch me up? What's going on? I feel like I ain't talking to you in a minute. What's happening your way?
Yesterday I went and I had the optometrist. I ain't get my eyes looked at in about 3 years. And that joker said, I'm not going to give you bifocals yet, but you definitely need reading glasses. You can't see close and far. Like, I'm like, oh.
Hey,
starting
Carl,
to
now,
happen.
if Tommy was here right now, Tommy would say, Carl, man, I'm telling you, the best money I ever spent, bro, was on the LASIK surgery. You need to get that LASIK.
No, I asked him yesterday, and I was like, yo, so am I a great candidate for LASIK? And he was like, well, it depends on what your goal is. He's like, if you want to get rid of glasses, no, you're going to still need your reading glasses. I'm like, well, what's the point then? I'm not doing it if I still got to wear glasses.
Wow.
I don't know about that. Now, I've had LASIK surgery 12 years ago, and I don't no kind of glasses. I mean, my eyes are straight.
You might need to go back though.
Stop, bro. Come on. Hey, let me tell you. So since he want to talk stuff,
we had a vision competition and we tied.
no, we had a sight competition.
Lord, y'all
had a vision
We had a sight. It's a big difference between vision and sight now, because my
don't get him
vision,
started,
I
see.
see
Don't get
30,
him
40 years
started.
down the road with my vision. So if you really want to go, I can really say.
You don't want to play that game.
You don't want to play that game, bro. The sight competition we had was across the kitchen. So, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be
Vision
no.
competition.
No. Let me tell you
Carl,
something.
I'm like thinking they playing. Like y'all,
Oh,
They
no.
serious.
y'all lit it.
Oh, yeah, no,
bro,
we
let me
set up
say,
the
me and C will compete on anything, bro.
We set up the iPad across the kitchen and was going at it.
Now
But
keep
let me
in
tell you
mind
this.
though, hold on, what he not telling y'all though is that the kitchen is 1,000 square feet. So it ain't like we just looking like 2 feet, whatever.
Oh
but
yeah,
no.
no, the kitchen huge for sure. No.
So, come on.
Both of us were saying about the same. But let me tell you something. EI's legendary, bruh.
Oh yeah.
We were doing a
I didn't
webinar,
know.
and he sat the laptop way back, and we had to read the slides, of course. Bruh, I was in there. I was like, yo, I couldn't read one word. He was like, what's the problem? I'm like, man, we got to move it up so we can see. He was like, you can't see that? I was like, nah, bruh. And
I might have to go to Maul House and compete with Maul on the
No
site,
doubt.
boy.
Bruh.
Because I
Get the
know I can't win
championship.
on
What I told C though, I was like, bruh, I got night vision in my eyes. So yeah, see, he didn't want to touch me with that. So I told him, I was like, when I had my LASIK did, they
Nocturnal.
oh, bro, they put some night vision in there to take away like the glare from at nighttime or whatever. So
Batman.
Carl actually, and I was telling C when I actually decided to get LASIK because my sister, she had it before, and I always heard her talk about it, and I wasn't wearing glasses anyway. But one day, bro, I was working by myself. This guy, man, he just took off. We got a call or like shots fired or domestic or something, and then I pull up. I just see the guy take off running, and I chase the guy. My lieutenant, he was in on a call too. So when you're working by yourself, you get another car to back you up of another person working by themselves. So my lieutenant, he jumps in on the chase, and I get right behind the guy, bro, tackle him. And then as soon as I knock him to the ground, my lieutenant come over there and he's like, King, you're one crazy. I can't.
SOB. Shortness of breath.
Oh, right. And it was, it was like, right. It was like 1 or 2 in the morning. And I was like, why my man, bigging me up for tackling the guy? He's like, man, you didn't see that gun in his hand? I was like, whoa.
What gun?
But bro, hey, I was pretending like I was just tough. I was like, man, Lou, that's what I do. That's what I do. Bro, I walked back to the station, bro, and I was like, oh my God. And then
Laser surgery tomorrow.
I called them, and they were like, yeah, we can't get you in for like another 3 months. And then I told the lady what I did, and then she was like, no, we'll get you in tomorrow.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, yeah. We need you to see the cops and robbers. You need to be able to see both of them because you don't know which one is which.
Bro, they still talk about
he
it.
had a gun, Maul.
Bro, they be like, man, that's that officer that tackled that guy with a gun in his hand.
Hey, Maul.
Bro,
Did you see anything in his hand? Did like a Snicker bar? Or you just didn't see nothing?
man, I could barely see him.
He ain't see nothing.
I couldn't see none, bro. But they still give me awards and accolades for that, and I'll be sitting back like, bro, I didn't even see it.
You blind, you can't see. He need to wear some glasses.
But that's why I focus so much on my vision. You know what I'm saying? That's why I focus.
That's why y'all was having a competition the other day.
For sure. Hey, but my problem is, Carl, I didn't want to get glasses because I saw my brother and he got glasses and his eyes went from like, not that great to like
worse,
horrible. In like a month of wearing glasses, he couldn't see nothing without them. So I'm not gonna lie, I do squint a lot. Everybody tell me that, and I know it. So I see myself, catch myself. I think what is this one where you can't see up close?
Near, yep.
Yeah,
so
I got that.
You're farsighted if you can't see close. You're farsighted.
Okay, I'm farsighted, and let me tell you something. I was like, dang, but it ain't that bad to where I can't function. But when I see my brother, he got it. His eyes went downhill. I'm like, I'm gonna rock these until they start impeding my way of life. So, E, do you got water yet? He is in a multi-million-dollar house with no water.
No water. It's early in the morning here, Maul. It's too early to be up, so nobody's here yet. They're supposed to be here maybe by 10 o'clock. But man, just the thing I love about life, man, is that it's never. I don't care how. This is why people be like, why you don't stop? It's like you can't. Like nothing is ever perfect, and if it's perfect, Maul, they charge you a whole bunch for that. You know what I'm saying? But guy came over yesterday to do what do you call it? The water softeners, right? The water's just too hard. You know what I'm saying, Ma? Cali is beautiful, but the water is hard. You feel me? Michigan is hard, but the water is soft. You just can't. You choose. Know what I'm saying?
You choose.
You can't find that. You can't find it, bro. But anyway, so he came in, old school Ma, old school guy. came in and he put the shower ones in, and then he tried to do the kitchen, and he was just like pissed, Ma. I was like, "What's wrong? Come." I was like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Why you want me to come anyway? And so he's like, "No, you got to see this." And he was like, "It's no copper. They cheat. They charge you all this money for a house, but then they use cheap whatever." And I'm like, "Oh wow," he was pissed. He was like, "Everything should be copper." So we called, the company that put everything in, and they was fussing. And my man, the other dude, was like, "It's your opinion. It's your opinion. You don't have to use copper. It's your opinion." And my man was like, "Plastic ain't gonna last you but for so long before you gonna have some challenges. Copper, you can have this joker for 60, 70 years, and it's gonna be all right, And so my man just was like, "I'm not doing it on plastic." He just threw his hands up, Mark. Like, "I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna be liable." So I called my, guys, and they was like, "All right, we'll come, and do it tomorrow for you." So yeah, bruh. Good thing though it happened in the late afternoon. You know what I'm saying? But I still was taken off guard. I ain't know what was going on. He was like, "No water." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." In the sink? You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was the whole house, Ma. I was just like, "Oh, in the sink? Cool." Yeah. He was like, "Oh no, the whole house, because I'm gonna have to cut, the hose and then do whatever. And I don't even want to take that chance. I don't want to mess up." And I just was like, unbelievable. Like, yeah, is everything else gonna be free because I don't have no water? You know what I'm saying? So but it's all good, man. It's all good. Pathfinders, Boy Scouts, it's all good, bro. So we did what we needed to do, but hopefully it won't be more than 24 hours. But yeah, man. Yeah, bro. I tell you, life, man,
we had a hurricane come through Atlanta, go figure. Yeah. And I had to go stay in the hotel for a night because we ain't had no power. So, yeah, hey, you take
that's what Didi meant. Didi was like, because I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm saying, if you want, we can go." I was like, "Yo, we can go get some, them big 2-3 gallon waters that they have. I'll boil it, we put it in the tub or whatever." And she was like, "I forgot what happened with them." And she's like, "Well, if you were C, we would have went to a hotel."
Oh, promise you. Promise you.
But I knew she was joking, Mark, because she cheap. So I was like, "All right, bet, let's go." She was like, "Nah, COVID." I was like, "Oh, okay. Don't threaten me with a hotel time."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't threaten me with a hot shower.
Exactly. Oh man. Well, hopefully you get that back on. All right, let's get into it, man. I got something to bring to the jury. Man, I'm frustrated, y'all. I really am. I called E the other day. We were about to try to do this podcast on Friday.
Man, I told him to do it right now. He was so heated, hot heated. Yeah. Boy, he was like a little Caesar pizza. He was hot and ready.
I want that heat back. Hey, I want that heat back. He
had that heat on him, Mark.
Yeah, bring that back. See, don't water it down for me. Yeah.
Nah, shout out to first of all, shout out to Angie from AT&T for finally being the only one at AT&T who's able to get my internet fixed. So I should be back and not glitching. Appreciate y'all dealing with that last week. Apparently, I had one of my lines out and it's back up and running, so we should be good. But otherwise, we would have done the podcast. I'm talking about Friday, Saturday. I had a family member of mine who is in the process of constructing something, right? A business, if you will.
I love it, Mark. We're gonna have to get the insurance bucket on this one, Mark. He like the Joker. He talking in riddles.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Popcorn ready.
Long story short, right. They called me for advice. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Oh, okay, bet." Gave me the advice. After that, they needed a small investment. I was like, "Oh, okay." Gave them the small investment. And after that, I got to be a part. I didn't even know. Mind you, when we started out, I was like, "Oh, okay." Now it's like I'm actually expected to be in the business. And so I was like, my man was like, "Yo, we got a meeting." I'm like, "Whoa.
A meeting?
Who?"
You talking French?
We. I'm like, bro, when did I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to be funny, but when did I get and it was like it was the tension. And I'm like, yo. And I stopped and I was just like, yo, I had to let him know, like, bro, I got a whole business and a whole life going. And I didn't agree. And now, the problem is, you assume because we family maybe that I'm supposed to help you out or I'm supposed to stop what I'm doing and start pouring into your stuff. And y'all know me. I'm not the one, right? So I'm not peer pressure. That ain't my swag. Like, I got a lot of faults. That ain't one of them. You ain't about to just punk me into doing nothing. So I had to stop and tell him, dog, this is your thing. Stop trying to make your thing my thing. Let me tell y'all something, and I'm about to go there. Toby, I can't talk right now. Let me tell y'all this. Your thing is your thing, okay? Let's just be very clear. Your thing is your thing. One of the things I love about what me, E, and Carl built is our thing was always our thing. At no point while we were building our company, listen to what I'm telling you. At no point did we try to call Tony Robbins and say, hey, Tony, put our video up and then come to our meeting and then show us how to do this and show us how to do that. At no point did we call Les Brown and say, hey, how are you charging this? How are you charging that? How did y'all do this? Can you come help me with this? Can you jump on our calls? Can you do this? Toby, let me tell you something. Toby just called. I'll get Toby on this phone right now. Toby started rapping. And listen, I'm gonna try to break this. We can go there and I can break all of this down for you guys because I know there's people out there like, see, are you saying we shouldn't ask for help? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if it's your thing, let the success and failure depend on you. And many of you are putting your success in other people's hands and it's not their responsibility. It's yours. So now my cousin has put himself in a position where if I'm not enthused and I don't want to do it, a major part of his success, in his mind anyway, is not going to happen because I'm not there to rescue you. Your thing is your thing. Don't make it my thing. Toby, when he started rapping, okay, I'm just gonna say names now. Okay? One of my no, in a good way. One of my best friends in the world, shout out DJ Infamous, Calvin, Lansing, Michigan. We went to middle school together, high school together. One of my best friends in life, DJ Infamous. You can look him up on Instagram. Tell him I talked about him on the podcast. Shout him out. It's my dog. I love him to life. Family. He is probably the hottest DJ in Atlanta. All right? Got all the hottest clubs in Atlanta. Got the radio station, V103 in Atlanta, Mixtape Hour. He got mixtapes back when they was hot. Do y'all know, listen to what I'm telling you, Toby, who obviously is my little brother, who I love to life as well, started rapping. I want y'all to do me a favor. Go to DJ Infamous Instagram, right? Because I'm tired. I'm just going to say names now so y'all know I'm not playing. Go to his Instagram and ask him, one of my best friends, how many times did I ask him to play Toby's record? Tell me what he says. I want you to ask him. Now, common sense would tell you, you working with a young artist. I want Toby to blow up and go to the top, which now he is, ironically. At no point did I say, yo, play his record. Why, CJ? Because I understood that if Toby was to be successful, he was going to have to bootstrap it and do it on his own with no shortcuts and no handouts. And just because I know somebody who can play your record doesn't mean you deserve to get your record played yet. Many of you, you're trying to shortcut the system. So now you're actually trying to use my success as your success.
Yeah, it's your success.
I love my staff. Get the bucket ready. They all listening. I love it. I'm not in the mood today.
And you haven't been to staff meeting.
No,
so
and
this
I ain't been
in
to
about
staff
3
meeting.
years. So this could get real ugly.
They bring me ideas that they say, yo, here's the idea. And then the next thing is, if you and E, what idea is that? Where now it's my idea. It's your idea, but now it's my idea. But I have to be a part of your idea. We already got things that we're doing. Do you have anything outside of the scope of me and E that can work? Back to Toby. I told Toby, I never even mentioned DJ Infamous, so I never asked him to play a record. I never even called him and said, yo, I never even put him on the phone with Toby. One, that's not fair to DJ Infamous to say, oh, I got some kid who started rapping 6 months ago, play his record on the radio because we got a relationship. That's not even cool. Where do y'all get that from? Those of y'all who hit us up like, yo, put my product on y'all podcast. Or, hey, I need to be on E YouTube channel. What have you done to deserve to be on E YouTube channel? What makes you think that you could, because we got a relationship, you could just call me and say, hey, put this on your, what? That's not how it works. Another good buddy of mine, shout out to Wilt, shout out to Los. Their job is to put people on the radio. Literally, like, they work artists and put them on the radio. Both fantastic guys, big time. Them my dudes. Never once called them and asked them anything for no favors. Zero. To this day for Toby. I wanted Toby to earn his own success. Now we did give Toby mentorship. We did talk about hard work. We did talk about character. I love it. People come up to me in the street now and they like, yo, see, I got a demo. Can you sign me? I'm like, I don't know nothing about music, but I do know about character and integrity and hard work. And that's what we gave Toby. I don't know nothing about the music, the videos. I don't know anything about the record industry, nothing. But I was able to give him that. Now, if you're looking to get some information on how to build your character and how to take yourself to the next level, that's one thing. But if you're looking for a handout, that's another. Now, understand something. I could have imagined, okay, let's rewind history, right? Go back in time. Imagine if I would have said to Toby after his first record, yo, I got us played on the radio in Atlanta. After song number 1, we playing in the clubs and on the radio in Atlanta. Toby would have had a warped sense of what success actually looks like. He would have had no clue that that's not how it works. That's not the process of really blowing up is not getting a hookup or having somebody do it for you. It is literally in building it yourself where you see ultimate success. And why you see Toby killing it right now, why you see Toby with the best performance at the BET Hip Hop Awards, the NBA commercial with Apple, the MLB commercial, the NBA 2K, everything you see him doing is because he earned every piece of it with no hookups. You have to understand that your thing is your thing. Now, I'm not even telling you this to be mean or anything like that. I don't want your success riding in somebody else's hands. And so what happens is, if Carl is building his course, which he is right now, Carl, what did I tell you when you was like, I'm gonna have this person, what did I tell you?
Cut it, slow down, get one solid idea and execute on that. Don't let it get too far from you.
Don't let it get too far from you. And don't have too many hands in the cookie jar.
Oh.
Because now everybody got an opinion. Everybody in charge. Everybody want to have their own input. It's yours. Make your thing go first. What is your thing? Write it down. What is my thing? And how many people, and then write this down too. How many people need to touch it in order for it to be successful? And I promise you, if it's over 1, 2, maybe 3, you in a lot of trouble. You in a lot of trouble. The thing I love about what me, Carl, and E built, not one other person had to touch it.
All right here. It was all right here.
Bro, I never was like, yo, if the bank come through, oh man, then we gonna blow up. I was never like, yo, as long as we come get some crazy graphic design, then we gonna blow. Didn't say that. As long as we had the three of us, we knew we could make it shake. Now, Maul, Carl, I'll let y'all get in, but and E, you got I see you E with the board, looking like Stevie Wonder. But understand something, guys. The reason we were successful is because it was our thing, and we treated it like our thing. It didn't take. I didn't need 300 people to be involved. I didn't need a celebrity endorsement. We didn't need any of that. We needed ourselves. So I'll shut up. Maul, Carl, take it away.
Hey, I'll go right to first of all, let me just say solocreatorpro.com, the shameless plug, starting on the 9th. You can go register. We're doing a 21-day challenge. So solocreatorpro.com. But see, it's funny because literally that's the mistake that I made on the onset. When I called you, I started talking to 3 people, 4 people. My idea, and I'll just put it all up. My idea, see, is to create a content creator network. Mm-hmm. So again, we always talk about the thing that I have in my hand. Like, that's what people know me for, creating content. So I'm like, dude, I want to pool all the resources I can from every which area. So I'm talking about from web design to graphic design to video production to audio. I want to put this in one big house. And that was my vision was great, but my execution on that vision wasn't in the right order. So see, I started there. I want people to hear what I'm saying. I started there, see, and I want y'all to understand what I'm saying. That this is full transparency. I started this in like February, March, and here I am in November. And see, I'm in November releasing the very, very first thing that I did, not all the other ideas that I had that I thought would be great to release. So the more people I talk to and stuff, now I got to wait on content from here, content from there, content from there. And dude, it got frustrating. Like, not exactly what you said. Now I had zero control. Now it's like, everybody's like, yo, when you trying to launch? I wanted to launch August 1st.
Right.
I wanted to launch August 1st, but I ain't got content from this person, that person, this person. And then it came all the way back like, dude, what are you doing? See, I went back and I created, this is the funny part. I went back and recreated even simpler content than I had at first. Even simpler content. Like, yo, I'm not trying to be funny. Everybody on planet Earth got one of these. Well, not everybody. Everyone in this country pretty much. Yeah. I don't even want to go heavy on video production. Let me start. You got one of these? I'm going to show you how to use it to make your stuff look good. Simple. Simple. Shameless plug, y'all. I'm pushing it. Don't get confused. I am pushing it, but I'm giving the lesson out of it too. But to C's point, see, I read, Marshall sent me a devotion last night that I read, dude, and it blew my mind. I wrote the quote down. I said, obscurity produces integrity. Obscurity produces integrity. And it was talking about, dude, when you try to get there too fast, it's some private stuff that ain't ready to be out there yet. You got to get all this stuff in private right, because when it comes out, it ain't no turning back. Right. So if I do come out with all this stuff and it's not the level that I want it to be, or I haven't even, let me say it like this, I haven't established a brand, in this area per se. And I'm talking to people like, you may not have established a brand, but you want to get C involved, the mall involved, eat, whatever, and push it. You might not be ready for that. It's some stuff that's coming after that you should have kept private, that you should have worked out in private before they came out. So just giving that example, see, tangible for me, like I'm being real. Yeah. Like I made that mistake this year, and now I'm 6, 7, 8 months down than when I should have, where I should have been releasing something. So yeah, that's real.
On November 14th, the School Days Foundation with Eric Thomas presents comedian Drew Thomas, no relation, and his I Have to Laugh comedy tour for one night of virtual fun and laughter to benefit families affected by COVID-19. A percentage of the proceeds collected for the event will go to assist these families. Now, they say laughter does good like a medicine, so we're prescribing a healthy dose of it for November 14th. So show your support and grab your tickets today on Eventbrite.com. Just search for I Have to Laugh.
Maul, obviously you've had success in, several industries. You've built several different industries. Talk about the importance of making sure let me not even speak for you. How many people did you need to make all these things shake? Honestly, like, again, we're talking about keeping your success and having your thing be your thing. So maybe when you were police, but when you started the real estate and the daycare, how many people did you need to make that happen?
Yeah, the daycare, 2, me and Camille. Absolutely. Real estate, man, me, myself, and I. Actually, and the crazy thing is that, and people need to really be careful when you out here asking people or trying to have other people in your business or or trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to confirm your vision. It's your vision. People will talk you out of your vision. So whenever, you got to remember this already. See, a lot of people, when they're about to start a business or they're about to come up with something, they think they're on their own. They think they're by themselves. But like I said, it was already too many people with me when I first started my business, right? When I started real estate. And when I say by it was too many people, because you had the current me, you had the future me, you know what I'm saying? You had God in the midst. So already, I was already, it was enough people already right there. So I didn't need anybody else's opinion, right? I didn't need anybody else's, because I understood when I first got started in real estate, when I got started with the daycare center, I told you the pastor asked me what I was going to do with this church that I was purchasing, and then told me that a daycare center here in this community wouldn't be successful. He told me he was basing it off of his experience, because he wasn't successful with what he decided to do. And so you have to really be careful. So I've learned at a young age, and I thank God for this, to not even go out there and ask people what their opinion really is, because they're basing it off of their experiences. They're basing it off of their, what happened in their life. So a lot of times, bro, like when people try to get away from that process of doing something on their own, they're getting away from like the most important part of their growth. And so you have to go through that. You have to grow through that. You need to go through this on your own. You need to, whatever idea you have, of course, you might have people that you might ask, maybe like it's some information. Like if I'm trying to start a business in real estate and I don't have any knowledge about this business, I might ask somebody who has experience, or maybe go take a person's course who has experience, but it's yours, right? It's yours. Win or lose, it's on you. And I think with every business that I've ever started, see, when I knew that it was on me, when I knew the success was on me, the failures was on me, it was a different kind of grind. I woke up, man, and I would get off of work as being a police officer, and I'd still be in my uniform, and I would go to Home Depot. I would go to these places. I wasn't putting it off on my contractors like, man, why y'all didn't do this? Why y'all didn't? I was there through every part of the process because I wanted to learn at the same time. And I think that process that people try to jump away from, escape from, is what made me successful today. Now I could renovate a property in my sleep. I remember at one point it was hard for me to renovate one property, just one. Now I can do 13, 15 properties all at one time now, but it all came from that start, from actually going through it or growing through it, what I like to say. So you got to grow through it, man. You got to literally don't put off on somebody else what you supposed to go through. This is all part of the test. It's like homework. You going through the homework so that when you go through homework is supposed to be challenging. Homework is supposed to be hard. The test is what's supposed to be easy because you studied and you went through the process of the homework. You failed some of the questions. You got some of them wrong on your homework. It's okay. I tell my children all the time. Actually, when my daughters were younger, I would actually give them the answers to their homework. I would break down the process of it so that they could understand. So when the test actually took place, they were able to get 100 on the test because they understood what they went through doing the homework. So right now, man, a lot of people, you're trying to cut out the process of learning, and what you're not realizing is the test later on in life that you want to pass, not these little, you're trying to escape past these small processing steps. But the test is what you want to pass later on in life, man. So go through it.
Why do we, when we start something and it's our thing, why do we want so many people to be involved? Why do we call people? Why do we tell people our idea? Why do we always need somebody else's input? Now we start relying on other people. What's that about? Carl looked like he got an answer too.
Carl, you got an answer too?
No,
I'm again using the assessment. If you are in that high I or S, like ground crew or flight attendant, see, it's that emotional connection. I want to have people involved. Like it's a we thing. It really is a we thing.
Absolutely.
Like you don't ever want to do nothing by yourself, to be honest. You don't want to do nothing by yourself. It's just the wiring. Like it feels better together. And
I prefer to do it by myself.
Is it fear?
No. Definitely not fear. It's what Carl is saying. It's people who are you have two types of people in the world. You have a group that's wired, like they're wired to do tasks, right? And task isn't something that you need another human to do. But then when you talk about those people who are wired emotionally, they're really not doing it to do the task.
The task.
They're really doing it to do the relationship. And they've got to understand that. You feel me? So it's like you might have one group of people that show up to work. Carl, they're not showing up to work to do the work. They're showing up to do the work because of the relationship, right? So it's like Maul there, C there, Carl there. So it's like, I want to be there because of fellowship. It's kind of like, what we're experiencing through COVID-19. A lot of people are struggling because they desire, that emotional engagement, that emotional, attack. Like they long for it. They almost need it. Whereas you have extroverts who need to be alone. Like they don't bother me, It's almost like you say sometimes see the difference between, doing a podcast through Zoom and us being in a room together. There's an energy that's created when we're together. And there are a group of relational people that require that energy to do their work. So here's what I'll say. What we have to understand is, yes, you do need that energy to get started, but what you don't realize is that you have the ability to create it, right? Now, here's the challenge. The energy is created when you're with other people naturally. So you don't have to do anything but show up around other people, and that energy is there. What a lot of people have a hard time doing is manifesting that energy on their own, right? And that's what you got to learn to do. I had to learn to do it. I mean, like, seeing them would tell you, it's like we would meet every day. We'd go out to lunch every day. You know what I'm saying? I try my hardest on the weekend, whatever. Why? Because when I was with them, there was an energy that was created. But, and this is why we try to tell y'all, Maul said it, the process, y'all. There are things that you will learn to manifest in the process alone that will put you in a situation when you can't get it from somebody else. And so I want y'all to kind of think about, and again, it's not right or wrong. It is about survival, though. It is about being able to adapt, right? So you hear C talking, but, you heard us say this on the podcast before. He had to learn through the fire because originally, C was the one that was like, we got this bank. And when I wasn't all in, what I'm saying? He didn't know why I wasn't all in. But I wasn't all in because I was like, C, I'm not trying to be funny. We could do all this work and then they could do exactly what they did. Exactly what they did. And that was, they didn't show up when it was time to show up. And so all of the energy that we had put in to get their grant or their support financially, all that work we put in, it didn't give us nothing, right? But because we were supposed to put in our percent and they were supposed to put in their percent. So I was grateful when it happened because what I was trying to show C was like, let's not worry about nobody percent no more. Let's do all the percent. You feel me? Let's just do all the percent. Best thing that ever
happened to us.
And it happened early, so that's great.
Early,
I'm like, let's do all the percent.
I ain't know.
Yeah, no, and I'm saying you didn't, but I'm saying now I wasn't against support, but I was against us doing a portion and somebody else doing a portion. But then our success was based on their portion, portion. And I don't want that. So I'm not. Listen to me, guys. I am not against. I'm emotional. I need the energy. Listen to me. I am not against getting energy from C and Jamal. I'm not. But the challenge is C has a life. Maul has a life. Carl has a life. So it means that if the only way I would get that energy from them is that I would have to wait for them to be available. You feel me? So Maul might have a day he doing real estate. He don't got time to get on the phone. Likewise with the other gentleman. So here's what happens now. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, that's why I be trying to help y'all. And y'all be on this like a cuckoo for Cocoa Pop stuff. Like I keep telling y'all, I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Why do I get up at 3? I need energy. Like I'm the emotional dude. I am. I can't help it. So what do? I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I talk to myself to get that energy, and I talk to my creator and I get that energy. So by the time I hook up with the fellas, it's
your own energy.
Oh, it's double or nothing.
When a fire starts to
plus
burn,
they bring in theirs. I'm like, let go. You feel me? I got mine, y'all got your. And so here's what happens too. Now when Maul brings his, C brings his, Carl brings his, I don't have to deplete. I don't have to take away from theirs to have mine. Okay, I need y'all to hear what I'm trying to tell you.
Right,
so
right.
now I don't got to drain Maul. I don't got to drain C. I don't got to drain Carl. I got energy now. And so now we're bringing our energies together. And what happens to a lot of y'all, you relying on somebody else to help you financially, to help you emotionally. Like you're relying on somebody else. And when that somebody else cannot bring that energy or that heat, now
That's
you've lost your
dangerous, E.
energy and they don't got no energy.
But guess
you ain't
what,
got
though,
jack.
E? But I get to blame them, though.
I absolutely.
There's the good
I get
part,
to say,
though. That's the one good
even
part.
though I ain't done jack.
I think that's the main focus of it.
Me too.
You looking
Me
for
too.
somebody to blame. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
You don't,
exactly what it boils down
if
to.
it don't
Yeah.
work out, you
It
looking
ain't
for
my
somebody
fault.
to point the blame to.
Yeah.
And then now you ain't got to look in the mirror and say, dang, I messed up.
And
But
that
it's
was my
dangerous,
point.
though, Maul.
And that was my point. Yep.
It's dangerous, Maul, because the person that gets beat is the person that's bringing the energy.
The energy. And that's what, E, as
Yeah.
you're talking, I'm hearing marriage.
Yeah.
I'm hearing relationships. That, like,
Yeah.
again, you can apply it whichever way you want to, but I'm saying, like, yo, there's some expectations that I think I have for my wife, and she not doing that. So now I got an attitude, and it's I'm talking about a crazy cycle. See, I want to go back to something real quick. The joke you used to tell at the 1% Club. You would say, man, I could tell Carl I'd rob a bank. Come on, right?
Yeah,
and see
yeah,
what
yeah.
said this at the 1% Club. And see, I'm using that to reinforce your point of,
Yeah.
while it's an extreme circumstance, it's the point of me at that time wanting to be a part so bad of what we were doing. It's almost like, yo, I'm going to do whatever just to be a part of it. So, and I tell people all the time, one of the issues that I had with doing videos, like he said, I didn't come into it to learn video and to be great at video. It was about building us. So, Maul, that's the answer to the other side of the coin, right? It wasn't like I didn't want to do video well. It was that the emphasis for me was us. Like, I want to be with this, and the part that I can play to help me be with this is video. So the emphasis was never video for me.
Right.
So now when I come back to do a video course, see, that's the hurdle that I'm having. You see what I'm saying? But to your point now, it's just like, I'm going through what we're talking about right now. Carl, you got to create this. I can't go to E and ask E to help me create a video course. Like, I can't, it's not even possible. I can't rely on his energy to create a video course. That's something that I have to do.
So let's diagnose this, Carl. Why did you want so many cooks in the kitchen when you started? You know how to do a video course. Doggone it, you done did courses for everybody in their mind. You know everything start to finish you need to do. Why did you call people and go, you come here, you come here, you come help,
I
you
mean,
come
you
help.
just said it though, Carl. I mean, and again, I know, and please, guys, this is why at the end of this thing, please sign up for Extreme Execution, y'all. Please. This has nothing to do with an assessment.
Not at all.
Either take the course or, you know what I'm saying, or like become certified so that you can learn yourself and train. Or if you lazy and you like, I just want to understand, like I ain't trying to be no coach. Look, sign up. Here's what Carl's trying to tell you. We have a scientific tool. Carl, give me the term, empirical evidence, data-driven
evidence. There we go.
Look, I'm trying to tell y'all and again, the reason why C and Maul don't understand is because Maul got a lot of D in him, lot of, he's a pilot. He got a lot of C, air traffic controlling. CJ is the same way. So they are wired to execute. They're wired to do work. Now listen to me. The reason why I attach myself to them is because I realize, like, yo, I'm not wired to finish and start something. My personality is like the 4x4 relay. I am the dude that's supposed to get the baton and run that first lap. That's what I do. See, he'll tell you, he got a million ideas, doggone it. Like, we got to slow him down. We got to whatever. My job is not to take an idea and run it all the way through. That's not what I'm gifted at. But through the assessment, what I was able to see was what I am gifted at, what I'm not gifted at. And so now I can attach myself to Maul and CJ, but attach myself to them in a way where I'm not draining their energy because as pilots, they don't like their energy to be drained. Like they don't like to pull. They don't mind supporting. So then I understand, all right, E, you get an idea and you make sure you run with that joke and you make sure you bring the energy. So if we doing a podcast, I know my job. My job is to bring the energy. I know if we are traveling the world and we doing conferences, my job is to recruit and bring in. Like, I know what I do, but I also figured out through the assessment how to attach myself to a CJ or to a Jamal, which I would not naturally do. I would naturally attach myself to a Carl because he's emotional like I am. So we're going to naturally attach. But what I realized with people like Maul and C who can execute and get things done, I know what I can bring to the table. So Carl is saying it and they still not hearing it. It is, we just do it for the relationship.
That's it.
You feel me? And that's why I wasn't making money at
but
first.
Is that it though, Carl? Because I feel like there's an element of fear that you have when you do it too, to kind of be like, all right, I'm not fully convinced that I can.
But
get
I'm
this
saying,
wrong.
yes, fear see in that relationships are blanky. So it's not fearing that I'm scared, because Carl could do whatever he do on his own. Remember, he was doing the editing, whatever. But now it's not, I'm doing the editing with E. Before it was like, yo, we cut that camera on at Michigan State. You feel me? Wherever we went, it's like me and him together. So even if he's editing, he's still like, hey, E, boom, boom, hey, C, boom, boom. Now he's literally doing it on his own. And when we say on our own, I want to make sure we're clear. I don't mean that he's doing it on his own physically. He's always done it on his own physically. Right. Now he's doing it on his own emotionally, meaning that we not in this together. It's not a product that EC and Carl doing. Now Carl's doing it by himself. So the energy that he would get from CJ, the energy that he would get from me when we working together, the ideas, because I'm going to be real with y'all. And again, I just want to make sure all y'all who are listening, if you're listening, you like, I'm clueless, then it means you need to take the assessment. If you're listening, you like, I kind of get it, it means you need to take the assessment. What C doesn't understand, because C is one of the main generators. So watch it, because C is the generator. With or without us, he's still generating.
Right in, yeah.
He's still generating. Like C, he always generating. So, but when he's with Carl and we doing it together, now C's putting all his energy in it. Why? Because we doing it together. If C's not involved in it, then he not putting his energy in it. You feel me? So now we not getting none of that. So now Carl and I by ourselves, if we don't have a CJ, we got a car with no engine in it. See, CJ is the engine. And so that's why CJ with us or not, the engine is still doing its thing. Of course, the body is sweet, but it's not the same without an engine.
So what happens when you get two engines? What happens when you get two engines trying to work together?
Oh, well, they start having sight fights. They start having sight fights in the kitchen.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They start saying chocolate cake ain't chocolate cake. You know what I'm saying? But now we got the dual boy, so we can really go. But I'm just saying, and Carl can speak for himself. I'm just saying, Carl, know I get fascinated about this assessment.
Oh, for sure.
I just want to make sure that we're clear. But you already have an engine, Maul. You already have an engine, C, and an engine to start and finish. We don't necessarily have that same
I just think it's dangerous, man. And I just, to those of you out there, definitely take the assessment and we'll let you know where you can take it. But and he's absolutely right. And he can teach you how to do it. But it's so dangerous.
It is.
You got an idea and then you got to call 13 people to make it happen. I promise you it's not getting ready to happen.
It's not.
Hey, this sound like Carl. Carl, don't this sound like us just on the phone? Like Carl knows.
He just cussed me out like 2 days ago about this.
Carl knows that if Carl would call me on something that he knows the answer to already. He knows the answer. He knows exactly what he should be doing. But it's like he's looking for, I don't know. What would you say, man? He's
confirmation, validation.
Confirmation, validation, and every other dation. He's just looking for somebody to say, hey, Carl, that's it. I'm like, bro, you know this already. I'm like, dog, what do you, matter of fact, bro, let me call this. And then I get on the phone and Carl just like, man, I should have done that myself. And it's just like, bro, you know it. And I just don't, and I guess maybe it goes back to the assessment. I don't understand it. You know what I'm
No
saying?
question you don't.
I'm just like, just do
You
it.
reading the
Maul.
Bible in the multitude account.
You know what though? And here's what's crazy. UNC don't need it in business. Okay, you don't need it in business. But imagine, CJ, you going to the mountains or whatever. It's a beautiful spot, whatever. You going by yourself versus you going with Maul and his family. You see what I'm saying? So when you go to the cabin with Maul and his family, can you go by yourself? Absolutely. But when you go to the cabin with Maul and all y'all families are together,
It's a whole different experience.
it's a whole different thing. So what you guys are blessed to do, you're blessed to do emotion in relationships. What this personality does wrong, and this is why you need to take the assessment because I can help you. Our personality does it in both. You feel me? And it's inappropriate. Y'all bring that emotional thing to like, yo, we about to go to the mountains, we about to go on a trip. Hey, y'all, let's go together. Because you know that it's going to enhance it and take it to another level when y'all do it together. What we do wrong sometimes, and the reason why we do it, Maul, is because we don't even know. This is why you have to take the assessment. Maul, you're not even aware of you're doing it. Carl's not even aware that he's doing it.
You're not aware. That's what
he's not aware that he's doing it, Maul.
It's just how you're wired.
It's like, yeah, he don't know he's doing it.
Facts.
Carl,
You know what I'm saying?
out.
and he doesn't know he's doing it because it's naturally a part of his personality and it's something that he requires. And so for me, I can do it by myself now only because of the assessment told me, like, yo, E, you can't do it. You need others. So you need to fix that because you don't want to offend Maul or C, or you don't want to push them away. And it's not that they don't love you, but there are certain characteristics that executors don't like. So if you're a person that executes and you get results and you like to get stuff done, you don't like feeling like you have to carry people. You don't feel like pulling. Now, you don't mind when somebody is not equal giving, but equal sacrifice, you don't mind. You like, let's go. So I've been able to understand that through the assessment. And so I've been able to make adjustments. So I remember even when I first moved out, like I keep saying this, C call, Maul call, even Josh hit me up and was like, yo, E, we know you making this move. We know that it, boom, boom, boom. What do you need? And I was like, I got it. You feel me? I got it. And not that I don't want help, but I knew that this is something that I have to do by myself. You feel me? Like this is something I have to do on my own. So when Maul came in my life and Maul was like, yo, E, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do that. I was like, let's go, Maul. But then I also said to myself, through my voice being real estate, how can I create something to help people like Maul is helping people with Make Real Estate Real? Something that's not only going to benefit them, but going to benefit their families. And so extreme execution came from me the whole consulting piece came from me being with Maul. It was like, oh, I see what he's doing. Now, maybe I can't do that on my own, but as I look at Maul and I model Maul, I can model what he's doing. So no, naturally on my own, I can't do it. But Maul just gave me a blueprint. He just gave me a compass. He just gave me a way to go step 1, step 2, step 3. So I was like, oh, okay, I got it. And then boom, I'm just being real and C can speak to it. Bruh, when I first started Extreme Execution, bruh, I promise you, I would have been so mad at CJ 10 years ago had I started it and he didn't jump in and help me. I would have been so pissed, like, oh, he think he did, he on this, like, what's going on with this? But the assessment has shown me, like, yo, don't expect CJ to jump in until he see results. So it's not that he don't want to help you, but he can't waste his time on 50 things. He's only going to invest in things that he knows he's going to get results. You feel me? And so I was able to, with the assessment, go, oh, okay, I get it. I know how to position myself now. And how do I say it, Maul? I know how to manufacture things that are not natural anymore. Does that make sense? Like I know how, even though I don't have the natural ability to execute, like that's not my gift. My gift is to start something and then pass it along. By watching you guys and the assessment, now I know how to, oh, okay, you may not naturally do it, E, but you can create this scenario where if you put yourself in the right environment, you put yourself, you get the right tools, you get the right amount of money, the right resources, and you do boom, 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 you too can learn to bake a cake. Like, and I'm just being real.
Oh.
There was a time where, Ma, if you weren't a grandma or auntie that could bake, bro, you couldn't bake. The way society is now, thankful for the internet, Ma, there are people who can cook things that they cook. Why? Because grandma kept her recipe to herself, Ma. Grandma wouldn't give out her recipe. But now with the internet, the recipe is out. Now, can you cook? Can you bake on the level that grandma? Not everybody can, but there are people, Ma, who are able to cook dishes they couldn't cook before because of the mouth. And so that's why I'm saying the assessment is so powerful, because you'll be in a room like us and you like, why is Carl doing that? Whereas I know exactly why Carl is doing that. And so there have been things that I've been able to do with Carl to be able to talk to Carl and go, yo, Carl, I'm still going to be there for you emotionally. Like, for real. Like, you're not about to get that from Ma. You're not about to get that from C. I understand why. And don't be mad.
Right.
Because if you're not careful, you could be bitter. Like, oh, we used to do everything together. We did, but we can't get to where we trying to get to, and everybody still be kumbaya like that. Like C got to go through his thing. Mark, I got to go do my thing. You got to go do your thing. And then we come back and we spend time together.
And
so I've got to talk. Carl, go for it, Carl.
No, I was saying, watch this. Look, I'm talking about we 100% now with y'all transparent. So E, when you started Extreme Execution, I'm like, well, E about to do something without me. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Watch. I don't see them all gonna laugh, E, but I'm gonna talk to you.
Forget them
already, no question.
I don't be seeing,
let's go, Carl.
I don't see about to do something without me. Yeah,
I'm
please do
stressed out.
something without me. Please.
Oh, please. Somebody, please.
I'm over here like, go. Do something that I got.
And I want people to hear this. Like, be real. Like, I want y'all to hear and understand this. They're looking at this like, what is wrong with the two of y'all? And I'm looking at E, like the last 10 years, bro, we did everything together. And here you go start something and you ain't even saying nothing to me about it. And I'm over here, E, to your point, without the assessment, and I'll be real, it was a couple of weeks that I was looking at E side-eyed. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm like, this Negro, like, for real? Like, after all, and like, let me just, I need y'all to hear this. No, I'm talking to the people like me with them emotions. I need y'all to hear this. After all we've been through, after all the sacrifices I made, E, you gonna go off and do this and not include me?
Yeah.
I'm warning y'all, like, this is dangerous territory. We joking, but it's dangerous territory. You could sabotage relationships on some foolish stuff. He not doing nothing to hurt me. So with the assessment, I'm able to understand, watch this, the trickle down. E is looking at C, looking at Maul and seeing them producing, and E's like, yo, I gotta learn to produce. I'm not gonna leave my life, my family, in nobody else's hands. I have to learn to produce on my own and put the things around me. And it's not exclusive. We know that at any point we can go to anybody here and get the help we need, but it's not exclusive. So E, I watch you do that. And now I'm like, well, I expected it from Maul and C, but wait a minute, Carl, understand what's going on.
E out here executing? No, this can't be.
E out here now. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. So watch this, y'all. So see, that's what started me with the video course. And I told y'all before, the video course, the sculpt kind of creep. E, I went back and did the ground screw course, see, in a week and a half. In a week and a half, I shot it was like 8 or 9 videos. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. And when I tell you, like, full control and ownership, I shot the videos myself. E, sitting down there, I put a vacuum cleaner in my chair. I'm not playing with y'all. I put a vacuum cleaner in my chair and tried to focus the camera on that so people could see and make sure it's in focus. Dude, this is the kind of stuff I'm doing, because the autofocus, you know how that goes. It go in, out, in, out, in, out. So I'm like, yo, let me get the so see, I'm just making the point. I go through all of this to prove to myself. I'm not mad at nobody else. I'm like, yo, I watch I watch C and Maul do it. I'm watching E do it. Carl, understand the assessment, know your gifts, but now understand that you have to be able to pull certain buttons. The assessment is you are all 4. This is what people miss this. And E, we can't say it enough. You have all 4 types in you. You have all 4. Pilot, ground screw, you have all of them. Air traffic. You got to know how to adjust. And more importantly, be in the environment that allows you to get this thing to go. So now I'm watching 3 people execute. It put pressure on me. And I'm like, yo, I'm not going to fold under pressure no more. Like, I'm going to execute and get it done. So, a lot going on, y'all. My bad. But this is real. This is real.
Carl, your audio sound fine, but you froze on the screen. So
I got you.
But we can hear you perfectly fine. So just see if you can fix that. But no, it is. I'm over here stressed out. Like I'm really stressed out. Like I'm listening to y'all, and I'm like, okay, I get it. But man, I guess the pilot in me. I'm like,
for sure.
I go into panic when I feel like my fate is in somebody else's hands. Like that's the crazy part about why me and Maul looking at each other right now. Like, woo, like that. To me, that's the stress. The stress
is why.
Okay, if he do something good, then we win. I'm looking like this.
Yeah. I'm saying. Yeah, but I'm saying. See, this is why the other 88% of the world. If you're not a pilot, listen to me. Y'all know. Y'all ain't even heard me sell this on this platform. I'm selling it today. Why? Because the other 88% of us, we naturally get on the plane and do something other than fly it. They're the only ones that fly the plane. So they're used to being in control. If they're not if they're not flying the plane, they not own it.
They know where to fly and have the desire to want to fly it.
Absolutely. They're the only ones.
Some people fly it because they forced to fly it. But I'm telling you now, it's a good thing a cockpit got 2 seats. You know what I'm saying? Because when me and C get in there, bro, we be straight like running, and we just like, so
fight.
But I tell you this though, it makes the relationship, oh man, it makes it great because there's no stress. It's like we both just like, all right, cool, man. We about to start this. We about to do. I'm talking about, dog. It's been times we've said, and C can contest to this. We'll be like, all right, we're gonna start this. We're gonna do this in 3 months' time. It's gonna be this, and it goes exactly.
Absolutely.
I'm talking about. It's like I'm talking about. Well, we in the cockpit now. We're in the cockpit with our legs up. And we just sitting back and we got it on autopilot.
The blind pilots.
Pilots. We still playing spades. We playing spades in the cockpit just because it just went so smooth.
Carl,
no
can
question.
you pull up, and I don't even know if you have it.
What's that?
But can you pull up the assessment circle of the world and the percentages?
I'm going to look for it.
Yeah.
So let me say this to you guys, for those of you who are watching. You just heard what Jamal said. You just heard what C said. Let me tell you what I can do for you. And through extreme execution, I can help you to put your feet up like that. Like, yo, I can. Now, it may take more than 3 months because you're not naturally that. But what we've always tried to do with the assessment, I'm being real. I ain't never said nothing about it because, I mean, we loving it. We, the people that are coming in it, they having fun. We having fun, Again, we every week, every month, they would meet at the office before COVID. We eating, having a good time. All right. So I was having a good time. But when C called me the other day, pissed about this, you have to hear what I just told you. And I don't say this in a cocky manner. We would have lost our team if it wasn't for me. Now, we're going to always make money, y'all. But there's some core players that we would lose, like Michael Jordan. Y'all get mad, but Mike was like to Scottie Pippen. Most of y'all know if you watch The Last Dance, you probably start hating Mike. You like, how Mike gonna do this when Scottie did all this for him? But Mike is designed to get results. I want to tell you what I'm designed to do. This program is designed to help you get the results that a CJ and a Jamal would naturally get. That would never happen for you.
Yep.
You will never get these type of results because you heard what they said. Not only do you not want to be in the driver's seat, you don't want the responsibility of it.
So look, let's we got the graphic up.
We got it up.
Yeah,
good. So look at that.
Go for it.
This is why I said 88%.
And D is only pilot for those of y'all.
Yeah, the D is the pilot. Listen to me. Only 12 and C. Some research says that number goes down to 8 to 10%. See, some research shows 8 to 10%. Okay, so you're talking about less than 12% of the world's population naturally go get on the plane and naturally fly it and naturally execute. What I'm telling you is we found a way. And again, I didn't study this assessment because, I'm saying, like, I wanted to make money. I studied it because I was like, yo, I'm seeing some stuff that I'm not comfortable with. Like, for me, we wouldn't be where we are with Carl. So for Carl to leave, so guess what I had to do? I studied this thing, y'all. Me and Carl, every day, 5 days a week at least, we would go walking an hour or so. And I'm like, yo, I got to go walking with Carl. Why? because he's not going to understand nothing else I say if I say it to him in a task way. I got to do it relationally. So I don't even care to see if I was on the road. That time we walked and talked together, we walked and talked. I don't care if I was out the country. It was like, all right, this is our time. So somebody said, what do you mean? Y'all can't walk and talk together when you're alone. We can. We get on the phone, we go walking, and we would talk. And I was like, I'm going to do this as long as it takes to get him comfortable with doing the camera work. I already know physically mentally he could do the work. It's the emotional thing. It's just like you saying, why your kid's scared to go to school on the first day. It's not that they dumb or they stupid, but they've gotten so accustomed to being in your house and being around you and being in your environment. That emotionally is tough for them to go to school. It's not mentally tough or physically tough for them to go to school. It's emotionally tough. They don't know those people. They don't feel comfortable in that environment, right? And so I knew I had to put Carl in a position where as long as it takes, get him comfortable with doing it. Hey, E, I got to do this and I got to do that. I'm like, Carl, I promise you, whatever. That's what I was doing for those 6 months or 3 or 4 months. I was getting him emotionally comfortable. Why am I able to do that? Because I understand his S personality. I get it. It makes sense with his C combination. Like, I get it. Like, they're more methodical in nature. I understand. So what I'm trying to show y'all is you want to, and now it's funny, see, I understood why when Chris Daniels did it, why everybody wanted to, I see why he taught, like, I see how he taught it the way he taught it, because he was a D, and everybody longed to be a D on paper. See, remember everybody used to take the test. See, even before they took the test, they were like, I'm a D, I'm a pilot.
Yeah.
I'm like, you ain't no pilot. But they wanted to be pilots because subconsciously they understood that when it comes to making money, when it comes to executing, when it comes to getting results, that this personality naturally gets it. So what I did over the last 2 years, guys, I took the D personality in the lab and I stripped it. I stripped his DNA. I stripped it down. We got 60 steps that you could take, depending on where you are. You might only need 30. You might only need 20.
Hey, you might be at a level 3 already.
Yeah, you might be at a level 3 for real already. Listen to me. I took all of this in the lab, right? All of it. Moose was saying the other day, like, yo, E, how do you do it? Like, you're adding to the assessment. My man did the assessment in 1928. You adding to it. I was like, absolutely, because I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it because I want to help people to learn what they are, but not be limited to that.
Yeah.
Right? And we live in a world, when you look at the world is run by that pilot personality. Yeah. And so if you're going to be successful, that's the personality that dominates in this earth. And so I'm telling y'all, you want to sign up. Either you want one of our coaches to share with you what you are and to help you to understand yourself better, or you like, bump that, E. I want to be certified. I want to learn it all. Like, I want to know what you know, because I want to get results. So listen to me very closely. 2021, Nikki called me. E, in 2019, you said your word was inspiring. And guess what? I became one of the most inspirational figures in 2019. She said, what you want to do for 2021? I said, it's not about me this year. The word for 2021 was results. I want to show other humans how to get results in their marriage, in their finances, just whatever. Like, wherever you feel like, personally, I want results. And so I'm going to show those other personalities that naturally don't want to go and get in the driver's seat. I'm going to make it easy for you to put on your pilot suit, to go and sit at the pilot, sit in the cockpit, feel comfortable in the cockpit. And when the turbulence happens, like Maul said, you're going to be eager to fly in that turbulence. Yeah. So I hate that it went this direction, but I'm not mad it went in this direction. But I understood C's frustration, but I couldn't wait to be able to show scientifically how this thing works.
Yeah, no question. Carl, if you put it back up real quick, because I think we don't have a C on this podcast, so unfortunately we probably don't do a good job of slowing down and actually telling y'all.
Well, Maul got some. I would ask Maul to stop being in his pilot with you sometimes and come into his air traffic control.
Right. So what you're looking at here in the diagram, we obviously have changed it to fit our style, but the D style is the pilot. The I, which is ET, is the flight attendant. The S is the grounds crew. The S style, which is 30%, and then the C style is air traffic control. So the D style, of course, is the decision maker. The I is the life of the party. The S is the Carl. I just want to support whatever y'all doing. And then the C is, they detail oriented, right? So again, look at this, and most of you are probably wrong about what you think you are. Like E said,
Facts.
When we started off and you just read the description out loud, we used to have everybody go to the corner of the room. Everybody started off as a pilot, and it was like after we started reading the description, people was like, not necessarily. So what the pilot, as you can see, is actually the lowest on the chart. But I'll say this. You can get off that now, Carl. Thank you. The frustration E talks about he would have with me 10 years ago in terms of not wanting to join in, my frustration with him was, I don't start anything unless I plan on blowing it out the water. Like, I'm just not we just going to try and tinker around with it, and then if it don't work, I'm cool. Like, once we say we're going to do something, I'm going to see this thing to the finish line, and I'm not trying to start 5 things before this one thing is done. And so what Maul is talking about, when we sat down and, with me, him, and Josh in Atlanta and put a financial goal down, right? Like, we put the financial goal down, and it was not let's try to. It was with the exact expectation that we would have this amount or more, and we've exceeded the expectation. But that's, I think, again, my frustration with the other, and now I understand, right? Like, I understand that just like I have a need to complete things and take them to the finish line, E's natural wiring is to start things and get things up and moving. So once we learned how to work together with that and ebb and flow, like he said, when he started Extreme Execution, I didn't even know what it was. I'm just being real. But he had it going. And then when he came and was like, it's working. All right, now help me take it to a whole nother level. I'm like, okay, bet, let's go. Like, I get it. I guess my concern would be for those of y'all who you're like Ian, you want to start stuff, but you can't get any results without yourself. I think there's the dangerous part. And then you look at me and go, help, help, help. Well, if I help you now, it's mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not coming in. Of course, listen, of course it'll work if I jump in. That's what I do. I'm not trying to be funny. Yes, it's going to work if I come in. But why? But where's the mutualism in that?
Well, the mutualism in that, C, is that the way I'm wired, I think that in my mind, I place such a value on the idea.
Mm.
You feel me? Now you
bro,
you
let
don't.
me tell you something. I place no value on
No
that.
value on the idea.
But I'm just saying,
Zero.
see, that's the
Everybody got an
problem.
idea.
Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of people play. Why? Because we've been told in America, when you are the other 88%, the way you see things when it blows up, because you're not a processy person like that, in your mind, you saw the idea. That's what you saw blow up. So everything you look at on commercials or whatever, you saw, oh man, he had an idea. She had an idea. Chick-fil-A had an idea. Levi's jeans had an idea. Apple had an idea. Canon had an idea, right? Rodecaster had an idea, right? Maul had an idea. And so for you, when you look from that lens, and this again, why the test is so important, because I'm going to show you how to add the right value to it, right? Because a lot of you, and again, you look at CJ, let's say somebody might be on social media. They might be on Instagram, and they might go, Maul, I got 10,000 people to watch my video, but did you get one person to buy something? You feel me? You didn't get nobody to buy nothing, Maul, but in your mind, because you're a relational person, you put a value on the social. Listen to me. I'm telling y'all, y'all got to see this thing, y'all. This is so funny. I'm telling y'all, wait till I can sit you down and study this thing with you one-on-one. Then I'm forever learning. Watch this. CJ and Jamal, no social media at all. Everybody else social media. Why? Because we social creatures. So when C go, I don't got social media. He ain't social. That's why he don't need it. Maul been doing what he been doing his whole life. Maul ain't never used social media. Listen to me. I want you to hear the word. You get pumped up because it's social. And so every like you get, every hit, C be like, man, my man tripping. He got 50 likes and he over there geeked up. Of course, because it's social. And that social value does something for him. What he doesn't realize, though, C, is that social value did something for you emotionally. It didn't do anything for you in terms of economically.
Your bank account.
Right.
Your bank account antisocial.
But the reason the reason why that's so dangerous is because for some of you, and I'm gonna help you, if you were to be able to make money, but you couldn't be in a relationship, you wouldn't be happy either.
You wouldn't be happy. Yep.
You wouldn't be happy because you don't put that same value on money. You put that value on relationships. So if you had $1 million, but you had to be alone, you wouldn't even be happy. So I'm going to show you how to rewire because that's what you have to do. Carl said it. We have all four, but some of us have allowed the preference to become our wiring. And now I'm going to have to help you. I'm going to have to rewire you so that you can still do what you love to do, but put yourself in a position to C's point where I established extreme execution. And I'm so grateful that they pushed me to do it. Why? For the social part. I can literally do more for you now with this assessment than I could have done for you just when I was inspiring you. I can do more for you because now I can give you a tool that will put you in a place where you have autonomy, where you don't have to rely on other people. You feel me? And so, yeah, I can't wait. We even got a theme song. We've been had the theme song. We're gonna release it for you today. But I'm super excited, man. And maybe once a month, we'll have a little bit more, discussion around this. So your life can start to make sense. And for real, because a lot of you've gotten rid of your pilots. You have, because you just like, I couldn't stand them. Or you got rid of your flight attendant because you was like, they were two. Or you got rid of your grounds crew because you was like, when they gonna do something by themselves? They weren't wired to do something by themselves. They weren't wired to do that. So that's why I spent time with Carl, because I understand he's not wired to do something by himself. Listen to me very closely. There's nothing wrong. If he makes a phone call and he called me and asked for help, it's nothing wrong with that. He wasn't wired. It's like asking Michael Jordan why Dennis Rodman didn't score points. He wasn't wired to score points. That's why he had 25 rebounds, Maul, and no points. He wasn't wired to score. He was wired to get the ball and give it to MJ, who was wired to score, who got 2 opportunities when Dennis Rodman was there, which is why they went 72-10. Michael Jordan would have never went 72-10 by himself. Dennis Rodman actually made it easier for Mike. He made Mike win a championship with ease. Why? Because he had somebody that didn't care about Dennis Rodman. Do you know if you'd had 2 Michael Jordans on the team, what would have happened?
There would be the kitchen door
you can't have 2
fights.
MJs on the Bulls. It wouldn't have worked,
Sight
bro.
fight.
Sight fights.
Right. It would have been a chocolate cake fight. You feel me?
If they would have had 2 MJs on the team, they would have had 12 championships.
Oh, okay.
Here he go.
I'm not sure that would
Organifi.
Hey,
Thank you,
Hey,
sis.
shout out to our sponsor.
and the reason why I say that, Maul, is because you look at some of the best teams that have ever been put together, and they never won championships. It was just tough. But Dennis Rodman did something very unique. My man, you will never see this again. You'll never see 25 rebounds, 0 points. Zero. You won't see that. It won't happen again. 0 steals, 0 blocks. But you might look at the 25 and zeros and go, that was terrible. Ask Michael Jordan what it was. Ask Michael Jordan what value he put on those 25 rebounds. I guarantee he'll tell you 72-10 with a championship. And so with the S personality, I already know they're not wired to do anything by themselves. So if they have to do it alone, it's going to be tough. But I knew, what I learned from seeing Maul, that it's my job as a flight attendant, it's my job to now go to Carl and help Carl emotionally. He don't have no problems no other way, but emotionally is my job to help him, whatever. And then, of course, with the air traffic control, let me tell y'all something. I ain't even going to say that because a lot of y'all going to steal it. And I don't mind you stealing it, but you're going to steal it out of context. Let me just say this to you. I believe that in a lot of plane crashes, helicopter plane crashes, they were a result of the pilot moving too fast. They were a result of a pilot not listening to the air traffic control. Not listening to, it's foggy, don't fly. It's stuff ahead that you don't know about. Storms ahead, don't fly. And those pilots that have listened, you can ask them all. You can love your general contractor all you want, but if you ain't got no blueprint, bro, it's a wrap. Like you don't start a building with a contractor. You don't start a flight with a pilot. That's not okay. I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, go forward.
Organifi. Organifi, shout out to them as well. ORGANIFI, the superfood green juice powder, keeping the whole podcast powered up. Check them out. Also, man, big shout out to Harbor Solar.
Yes, talk to me.
Y'all know we got a solar company opened up in Georgia. All right, so this is not. Opened in Georgia. So big deal there. If you are in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, man, and thinking about solar, please go to harborsolar.com, HARBOR solar.com. Also, man, we are hiring. All right, so if you're interested in a career in solar,
if you're interested in CJ being your boss,
if you want to see, now careful now. If you want,
if you want results,
listen. If you're looking for a career, we're gonna help you make some bread. Go to harborsolar.com.
In a pandemic.
In a pandemic. Georgia, South Carolina.
No, don't say that, Maul. In a pandemic.
Pandemic.
So not only are we hiring, also those of you North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, who are looking to upgrade your home, make it more energy efficient. All right, that's the way this world is going, y'all. Also cheaper, man. Let us know. We'll be happy to come by, give you a quote. Harborsolar.com. Y'all go there now and check us out. Also, what else do we got? Carl, what was the name of the course one more time, please?
SoloCreatorPro.com. Listen, November 9th, and we call it Solo Creator. It's the opposite of what you think. It's not that you're trying to not work with a team. It's exactly what we talked about today. It's you taking control and you taking whatever you have, your camera. We figuring out how to take this. If you got a DSLR camera, whatever you got, we put together a 21-day challenge. If you've never used video before, if you're not sure, listen, I'm gonna let the cat out the bag, but Quincy Harris, if y'all don't know who he is, go look Quincy Harris up. We actually partnered QDZ. Man, I'm not even gonna tell. Q been everywhere. I'm talking about from radio, TV. Got his own movie. He did the whole scope, y'all. He's Mr. Philly. Had his own show on Fox TV in Philly, and he's bringing the in front of the camera stuff. I'm bringing the behind the camera stuff. So we attacking it from both sides in a 21-day challenge. So you can understand, guys. It's not the boogeyman. I know Halloween just passed. It ain't the boogeyman. You can get this thing up. I know you not necessarily confident in front of the camera. We're giving you all the skills that you need to make this thing. And the reason being
all of them that he gave me. All the ones he gave me, so while I'm in Cali, I can still handle my business.
Hey, and the real reason behind it, is if you really think about where we are now, if you're not doing media, you're in trouble. If some kind of media, you just literally talked about the solar company on our podcast. It's a platform. If you're not doing media in some form right now, you're in trouble. Like, this is the way, like, Amazon is blowing up for a reason. Netflix and Zoom are blowing up for a reason right now. If you're not doing media, if you're not contributing and creating media, we in trouble. So SoloCreatorPro.com.
And as always, make real estate real. We got a testimonial here. Says, this is from Sandra Jones. This course made me make a decision. I can continue to dream about my life of being debt-free, or I can make a choice to take action. This course has shown me what action steps to take. It's up to me to take the time to see him through. The steps Jamal taught me were the steps he already had taken. He created a path for me to follow. It wasn't always easy because I let other things distract me, but when I decided to go all in, I realized I could get it done. I now have one rental property, and we are starting a family business with my 2 sons. We are working to build a legacy. All right, so shout out to Sandra and everybody else going through Make Real Estate Real, getting all kind of properties, man, and really just making it happen, man. Beautiful course, doing beautiful things for the people. What y'all got up this week? Anything? My birthday is on Saturday.
Friday.
Yeah. Is my birthday on Friday?
He don't even know what it is.
I don't know. We don't do birthday. I know we don't do. Hey, Maul, I told y'all, Maul do birthdays. So like that.
Oh, we're gonna start doing birthdays then.
Bro, Maul doesn't. Oh yeah. So my birthday, November 7th. Shout out to my fellow Scorpios. My birthday. On the 7th. You know what's funny? Like, beginning of COVID, remember everybody's like, your birthday hit during the pandemic. Like, you can't do nothing. Bro, I just knew by November I was going to be at somebody's restaurant just living it up. But unfortunately, that still ain't the case. So I will be, how old will I be? I'll be 38 Wow.
Getting up,
Creeping.
getting up,
Coming
there.
What
around
y'all
the
do?
mountain.
Hey, we need to make a group decision what we doing about these grades. I see Carl and E just
You see
shaved
what
it
Mike
all off.
done? Yo, they gone.
Listen, I'm telling you, I sat in the mirror for about an hour yesterday, and I was like, yo, by the time I get done, I might just shave it off because I got the
Bro,
grades.
you got to come on dark and lovely, dog. Dark and lovely. Just don't get in the just don't get in the swimming pool.
It's okay. You can put it up. You can put it back on when you get out the pool.
Listen, bro, I'm talking about my joint is it's like literally gray all over, especially towards the back. I'm like, man, dog. So
It's over.
I'm getting up there. You know, I'm not gonna deny it. It feels good though. You know, I'm not stressed about it. I'm feeling good.
I'm definitely not stressed.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey said the other day, if he ain't had to be in front of the camera, he probably wouldn't get dressed. You know what I'm saying? He said he probably wouldn't. He said he just go fishing. Him and Deion Sanders said they just go fishing.
Well, I'll let y'all in on a little secret. E stood up earlier. He in his drawers right now.
Oh yeah. Hey, Maul, you ever seen that commercial, Maul, where my man got on his white drawers, Maul, and he come out and his wife looking at him like they got guests. My man come out in some white shorts.
Oh, he said, I thought we was on a Zoom call.
He said, I thought it was a Zoom meeting. My man, hey, shout out to Chuck Arrington though. Carl, I'm talking about premier luxury of boys. The silk.
Not the silk.
What do you call it, Maul? The 1,000 count.
The 1,000 count.
Oh, yeah,
1,000 count thread.
I done took my game to another level.
No more tidy whiteys.
No,
You ain't doing the Michael Jordan Haynes no more.
Yeah. No more Michael Jordan Haynes, bro.
No.
I wear those in Michigan.
Oh yeah, no. And Maul got on long johns. Y'all old, dog.
No doubt.
Maul wear long. It was 65 degrees. Maul had on long johns. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
You want to be ready.
Let me tell you something, bro. October 1st, I'm wearing long johns all the way through to like May, June. That's just what I do, bro.
The cop, you had to.
Man, just as a
You out
black
in them
man,
elements.
it's cold.
Yeah, you out there in them elements. Yeah.
I need that extra skin, bro.
Bruh. Yeah, no, that's crazy. My birthday, 38. I'm getting up.
You got any quarantine
Hey,
plans?
see, do me a favor. Do me a favor, bro. You got a package coming to your house. Don't open it until we get
To
on
the podcast.
Oh, Lord.
No.
That's all I was saying.
We're not doing that.
Here we go.
Hey, don't open it until we get. That's the only promise.
I'm gonna hand it right back and say return to sender.
Return to sender.
Return to sender.
Address unknown.
Oh,
Yes.
bro.
Every week, y'all. Hey, E, what we'll do every week is we'll find. This week was the sight fight. Every week we'll find what the two of them battling about because it's something every week.
Oh, bro, I promise. Literally every week, and y'all only get like a tenth of the story. So,
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, also shout out, man. We are just days away, I believe, from getting the actual copy in. But 9 to 5 Millionaire. Look at that, man. Look at that.
Hey.
It is going
Hey,
down.
Mom, I've started on my part. I'll let you hear some of it, but I started on my part as well.
Yeah, and for all of y'all that don't know what he's talking about, we'll let you in on that secret. The audio book is maybe 50-60% done. Shout out to Jamie and Eddie. Incredible job. Oh man, you heard the clip, Carl?
Bruh. I
my
called
goodness.
Ma. I hadn't cussed
We'll
in a
play it on the
while.
podcast.
I gotta send it to you, man.
Oh
Okay.
my God. I cussed. I called Ma last night like, yo,
It'll
this
make you
is
cuss.
some.
It'll
Yeah,
make you
no,
cuss.
serious. Wow.
So the audio book, I'm talking about, man, it is incredible. We'll play it on the podcast at some point. We'll give y'all a sneak preview, but at the end of every chapter is what Maul calls millionaire moments, and E is going to read the millionaire moments. So the audio book is crazy. The book is crazy. I just can't wait to get it physically in our hands and show you guys. We'll give you all the order information very soon. You'll have it. We got some really cool stuff coming for y'all for Black Friday, of course. So y'all stay tuned for that. Happy holidays. It's that time. I see Christmas tree. Shout out to my neighbor across the street. Dan, he got his tree up already. They not playing no games. But we getting to that time of the year, man. So everybody stay safe. Again, hopefully this podcast greeted you and the world is all well, and we're not going through too much turmoil right now. But man, hopefully this podcast is something that could bring you a little peace and joy, maybe even a little break from the day-to-day animosity. So we love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Go to iTunes, leave us a review. Carl said our numbers are going up, but our reviews are not. And they go off reviews, all right? So go to iTunes, man. Leave us a review. You ain't got to write nothing lengthy. Just be like, yo, CJ is that dude, and then just leave. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let's start a vote. Mall or C? Let's just give him something to compete about. Mall or C, y'all? Just talk about Mall or C.
That's an easy decision. Maul was at a 3. You know what I'm saying? He had a 10 now.
Hey, what was it though, E? C said, how long ago did you become a millionaire?
Well, you.
I was talking about C. See, how long ago did you become a millionaire?
26.
26.
26 minutes.
So all right. So I was a 3. I was a 3 in speaking, and then all of a sudden I met C, and I became a.
Oh, you was a 3. I thought you said you was a 0.
No, I was negative. I'm sorry, I was -3.
Oh, -3, right?
-3, and then all of a sudden now I became whatever I am, and then
so you helped him go from a -3 in terms of millionaire.
No. Remember, he lived in a 1-bedroom shack.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He
was -10. He was -10.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead and leave. Go ahead and leave a review, y'all.
We still here. Hey,
I love it, Carl.
Hey, but y'all, this is a prime example about iron sharpens iron, though.
Yeah,
it's a prime example. I'm telling y'all,
I'm gonna get them there.
Really.
Everybody who come through Extreme Execution gonna be battling over cake and stuff. I'm gonna get them there. I'll get them there.
Hey, share it. Share the podcast. Leave a review, but share it with a relative, a friend, man, somebody else. Like C said, there's a lot of stuff going on that we just need to counteract, man. As much good as we could get out here. So I'm begging y'all, just share it. Just take the link and hit share. Send to somebody that you know need this today, man. And like for real, let's just change this atmosphere. Let's get the Christmas spirit going now, for real, for real.
Yeah, for real. Yep. Well. E, we'll let you go. Don't stand up until the Zoom is completely off, please. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Execution. 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 Extreme execution. 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 Extreme execution. 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 Extreme execution. 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 Yeah. Execution. Extreme execution. It's time to grind. I'm like, Lord, I need a sign. Cause I ain't got a dime for my homies on my mind. Tired of standing in a line, being average, wasting time. I gave it all to God and he told me it was mine. Yeah, it's time on my grind. I'm like Kobe in his prime. Looking at them hills, it ain't nothing just to climb. I opened up my soul, left it all on the line. Now I'm coming for what's mine, and you know I'm about to shine. When it's time, I'm a beast. I came up out the streets, we ain't had nothing to eat. Dirty sneakers on our feet, in this life ain't nothing sweet. Before you get the meals, it's gonna try to make you meek. I gotta keep it real, this lifestyle ain't for the weak. Execution, 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 extreme execution, 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 extreme execution, 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 extreme execution, 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 yeah, execution, extreme execution. If you tired of being average and you know you're supposed to shine, then give it all you got and put it all on the line. If you know that you a beast and you ready for the grind, go to etextreme.com. If you think you got what it takes to go from good to great, from great to phenomenal, then log on to www.etextreme.com.
I work hard.
Execution, 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 extreme execution, 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 execution.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.